What you listening to, son?
My state is a piece of shit state. Police fired 90 bullets at a black man, killing him, and then handcuffing his body. Wow. The family of Jayland Walker, who was shot and killed by police in Akron, Ohio, on Monday, is demanding answers as details about the brutality of the shooting sparked protests in the city, rightfully so. Walker, a 25-year-old black man, was chased by police after refusing to stop when officers tried to pull him over for a traffic violation at just 30 after midnight on Monday, according to the Akron Police Department. It's always a traffic violation or some shit like that, isn't it? It's always something petty. Police claimed a shot was fired from the car. Sources, please. Shots were fired from the car, and after the driver slowed down and got out of the vehicle, officers followed him on foot into a parking lot. Actions by the suspect caused the officers to perceive he posed a deadly threat to them. In response to this threat, officers discharged their firearms, striking the suspect 90 times, apparently. Walker is pronounced dead at the scene. No fucking shit. The Summit County Medical Examiner's Office determined that his cause of death was from multiple gunshot wounds and ruled it a homicide. Police fired more than 90 rounds at Walker during the encounter, striking him more than 60 times. Including in his face. Bobby DiCello, the family's attorney, told BuzzFeed News, citing information that the family received from Akron Police Chief Steve Milet. We know that he was handcuffed after he was shot and killed, and he was found with his hands cuffed on his back when the medical personnel arrived. The attorney said Walker's family is horrified by his death. I have never seen the kind of grief, the kind of pain that I'm seeing today. Adding that Walker's mom, Pamela, is especially devastated by the details of the shooting. The notion that 90 bullets were fired at her boy is something she cannot understand. I can. They're racist. They're not even gonna just kill an unarmed black man. Well, according to them, shots were fired. Okay. Not just shoot a black man, but make him unrecognizable for his funeral. The officers involved have been placed on administrative leave. I literally have a t-shirt that has like 4 different like blank faces. One of them is dark skin. One of them is like light chocolate. The other one is like light skin, and then there's white, and it says like it goes from like life in prison or shot on the scene or something like that to 25 to life to probation to administrative leave. And of course the one with administrative leave is white with like a cop hat on and a badge. The officers involved have been placed on administrative leave. Jesus Christ. The Ohio Bureau of Investigations is leading an investigation into the shooting. Michael Miller, of an Akron police spokesperson, declined to provide further information about the shooting or identify the officers involved, and said that additional details will be shared at a news conference on Sunday, as will body cam footage of the incident. I would love to fucking see that shit. A lot of people like to say that their loved one was good and everything, but this is true. Jayland was a sweet young man. He never caused any trouble. His aunt, Lawana Walker Dawkins, said at a news conference on Thursday, "We loved Jayland. He was my skinny little nephew, and we miss him. We just want some answers." Protests have sprung up across Akron as residents outraged by the police killing of another black person call for justice. Authorities have closed off streets near the Akron Police Department, and Mayor Dan Horrigan canceled the city's holiday weekend festival, saying this is not the time for a city-led celebration. DiCello said that police have expressed their concern to the family about the city's response to the release of body cam footage. I was thinking that the other day. You literally cannot satirize the right anymore. You cannot exaggerate their beliefs. Yeah. They're their own exaggerated meme at this point. Horrigan and Milet said in a statement that Walker's death was absolutely devastating and offered their condolences to his family and thoughts to the police officers. Jesus fuck. Fuck them pigs, dude. We know that no police officer ever wants to discharge. Yes, they do. And anytime they must, it's a dark day for our city, for the families of those involved, as well as for the officers. Fuck the police. I don't give a fuck about... Dude, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them hard. 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 Hardest fuck them. Fuck them hardest of fucketh. Fuck them. Fuck them. Are you serious? How the fuck can you say we know that no police officer ever wants to discharge their service weapon in line of duty, but the fucking headline, 90 bullets, killed him, then handcuffed him. But they did not want to discharge their weapon. They didn't want to. They didn't want to, guys. They didn't want to. They had to, you know, they just had to literally commit a mass shooting on one person. They basically committed an Uvalde mass shooting on one guy. But they know that no police officer ever was to discharge their service weapon in the line of duty. Okay. Police have killed 286 people in the U.S. this year, according to Mapping Police Violence, a project tracking the number of fatal encounters with police. Black people are far more likely to be fatally shot by police than white people, and data from the project found that in 2022 so far, only 4 days have gone by without someone being killed by police. It's just, it's always something, man. It's always something, you know? Like, these people, like, how could anyone, after hearing something like that, and you know what? How about this? When this becomes a video, when this goes out as a video, I'm going to, like, flash within, like, a 20-second span every single face of unjustified black victims of police officers on the screen right now. And on top of all of that, really rub in the point that they discharged 90 bullets, hitting him 60 times. 2 out of every 3 bullets hit this guy, even in the face. And then handcuffed his fucking corpse that was Swiss cheesed at that moment. And yet, people want to rag on us for saying defund the police. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you serious? I don't know what else to say other than that. Another black man was unjustifiably and mercilessly, maliciously, malevolently annihilated. He wasn't even murdered. He was annihilated. Obliterated by police officers. And in this year alone, with all the mass shootings we have had, averaging to about 1 or 2 mass shootings per week, we have only had 4 days where somebody wasn't killed by a fucking cop. Fucking ACAB, man. It's like, what else can I say about it? Police are terrorists. Police are terrorists. Let's not forget, American law enforcement got their start as slave patrol. That was where American policing came from. They started out as slave patrols. So no wonder, without any challenge to their very fucking foundation as an institution, that they would shoot 90 fucking bullets at one person. One final thing to put all this in perspective. Most mass shootings, which is why this is always brought up when a mass shooting happens, most mass shootings are carried out by AR-15s. The standard AR-15 magazine holds 30 rounds. But in most states, the rifles can be legally outfitted with high-capacity magazines that can hold 60 or even 100 rounds. A gunman in Texas recently managed to fire off 212 rounds from an AR-15 during a standoff with police. Wow. Though it's not clear if he used high-capacity magazines. This sounds like it. The standard AR-15 magazine holds 30 rounds. They shot him with an equivalent of 3 AR-15s. I really want people to fucking think about this. With the gun control and gun safety law debate, and with people's ignorant opposition to police reform, let alone abolishment or defundment. They shot him more than the rounds that a standard AR-15 magazine can hold. Like, it's just... When I say they committed a mass shooting on one person, that is not hyperbole. It's not exaggeration. They quite literally fucking did. Fuck the police.
Now in the deadly police shooting of Jayland Walker in Akron. It's a case now getting national attention, and it's also brought protesters to the streets this week. Akron police shot Walker early Monday morning after they say he refused to pull over for a traffic violation. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us at 5. I'm Courtney Gooseman.
I'm Mike Brookbank in for DeLon tonight. Now, Today News 5 was given access to autopsy records in the case. And though Ohio law prohibits journalists from taking notes, News 5 investigator Tara Morgan did review the records. We want to warn you, the details are graphic.
I was able to view preliminary autopsy records for Jayland Walker. I couldn't take notes or any photographs. What I can tell you, the pictures of Walker's body are disturbing. New pictures of Jayland Walker and his family, a striking difference from images I viewed at the Summit County Medical Examiner's office. Autopsy photos with more than 60 markers indicating defects on Walker's body that look to be gunshot wounds. The preliminary autopsy documents show multiple wounds to his face, abdomen, and upper legs. Closer examination of the thumbnail-sized photos appear to show Walker took a bullet under the left eye and below his chin. I also counted dozens of pictures of bullet fragments. The records revealed Walker was found on his back on pavement in handcuffs. Police shot and killed Walker in this...
That still does not make any fucking sense to me. Like, okay, good for you, pigs. You killed a black guy. all right? Did you need to handcuff him after literally mass shooting this guy? Like, did you need to, that just boggles my fucking mind. Pour salt in the wound, why don't you? Just add insult to injury. Like, what the fuck? If the Supreme Court still upheld the whole, like, Miranda rights thing, you know, you could hear the cops going over to Jayland's corpse and being like, you have the right to remain silent. Well, he's silent now! Good job! 60 times over. Like, why? Why? Fuck, dude.
Parking lot, less than 100 feet from the road. His car actually hit this church, and medical examiner records show a gun was found inside the car.
I wondered how it got in here without hitting trees and...
No, yeah, I really do gotta question that. I really do gotta fucking question that, okay? The report says, right, that a firearm was discharged and so they felt threatened. Have we not gone over in this stream before that there was someone who, like, was recording on their phone and they were recording cops arresting this one black guy, and they fucking, like, literally, you see the fucking, the pig fucking just pull something out, place it on the ground, act like he fucking found it, is like, what's this? Sorry, bro! I don't fucking trust you! How do I fucking know that gun wasn't fucking planted? How do I fucking know? You're a cop! I don't trust you!
Police said actions by Walker were perceived as a deadly threat, but have not explained what those actions were.
Let me explain it to you. He was black. That's the threat. This is the other thing I don't fucking get. He was running away. At what point do you just say, let's let him go, we'll catch him later? Like, you know what I mean? Like how many times have we had this fucking conversation? Like, let him go. He's gone. He's gone. Okay? Find him later. I have utmost confidence with your over-militarized, high-tech surveillance police state bullshit that you've got at your disposal that you'll find him later. Let him go. Let him go. If you need to arrest him later. Not that I think that this would probably be justifiable for arrest, but regardless, if you're going to, don't fucking unload 3 AR-15s worth into this motherfucker just because he fucking runs from... Are you kidding me? Fuck America, dude. Fuck this country. Jesus.
But this is beyond wrong. Beyond wrong.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Thank you all for being here. Before we begin, I'm just going to explain how the press conference is going to be handled this afternoon. We're very, very honored to have with us today the family of Jayland Walker. And we have his mother, Pamela, and his sister, Jada, with us today. They will not be taking any questions. They have been devastated by what's happened, but counsel will take questions. And again, my name is Bobby DiCello, D-I-C-E-L-L-O, first name B-O-B-B-Y. With me is my co-counsel Ken Abarno. Ken, K-E-N, Abarno, A-B-B-A-R-N-O. And Paige White, P-A-I-G-E, White, W-H-I-T-E. We're also happy to have with us Judy Hill, president of the Akron NAACP. And Judy will be speaking with us as well today. Also addressing the press for the family will be Aunt Lawana Walker Dawkins. Lawana is spelled L-A-W, no.
Oh, wow, already fumbling. Jesus.
And a prayer.
Amen. So if everyone would join us in prayer, especially those who know the power of prayer, because this is a time when we need God like never before. Father God, we thank you today. Because you said in everything, give you thanks. We're not thanking you for this situation, but in the situation, you're still God, and you're still in control. So God, we give you glory today. We honor you today. And God, as we lament and say, how long, Lord, will you allow things to continue to happen? We know, God, that you are in control, and we trust you. So help us, God, to continue to put our trust in you. Give us wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We know that you are also a God of justice. And we know, God, that no stone will be turned in error. We know, God, that you will do whatever needs to be done. So we invoke your divine presence today. We ask him for continued strength and comfort for this family. God, because nobody knows like you do as what this family is facing right now. But God, you're still God. So we asking you to be the God of this moment. In Jesus' wonderful name, we pray these things, and we all say together, amen. Amen.
Usually I would rag on people for, being all like, thoughts and prayers about situations like this. But I mean, and at first that was my thought, but like, sometimes you gotta just have some kind of what's the word? I guess hope, yeah. It's fucked up, man. I mean, at least they're finding a way to try and cope, and healthily process grief.
This is Jayland. This is not a monster. This is not a man who ever caught a crime in his life. He's a law-abiding citizen. He's my client. And he is our neighbor and our brother and our nephew. And we are here to honor and celebrate him today. Jayland, not one time in his life, and you can search this city and this state and this country wide, never offended or bothered a soul. And how these events took place leaves us with many, many, many questions. Our job by doing this press conference is to remind the police department for the city of Akron that we are here for accountability. We are also here to uphold the dignity of this man, not to vilify him, not to turn him into someone he was never intended to be. We're not going to let the media or the newspapers or the police define who he was. His family's here to tell you who he was, and he was a wonderful young man. We're also here for answers. We don't have a way right now of addressing ongoing investigations.
What this instantly reminds me of is Amir Locke, to be quite frank. For those who don't remember, cops snuck into his apartment. It wasn't even the guy that they were searching for, and he was wrapped up in a blanket on his couch, so he didn't know who the fuck was barging into his apartment, yelling and kicking his couch to jostle him awake. And he grabbed his gun, thinking that probably thinking that he needed to defend his home from some thugs, and turns out that was the case, because those cops are pieces of shit. And they killed Amir Locke, even though he had every right to self-defense in that situation. Jayland Walker by the several articles I've read on this over the past few days, pretty much no different of a story. Other than it wasn't in his apartment, he got stopped for a traffic violation. The both of them didn't have any records. The only crimes that I guess that they had were they were black with registered firearms. Yeah. Goddamn. It's one after another.
Because we have not yet met with the chief of police, though we intend on doing that very shortly, within the next 24 hours. I want to thank the chief of police for allowing us the opportunity to see the video. We understand that the video will be played for us. We have not seen the video. We have no idea what the video shows or what it will actually demonstrate in this case.
Okay. Warning, just in case they do end up showing the video in this, I will be instantly going full screen and describing what I'm watching because of TOS and shit. So just keep that in mind. If they don't show it, that's still going to happen because I have apparently now the body cam footage pulled up on a different tab. So just forewarning.
But I have a mission given to me by the family, and that mission is to remind you all that we're here for peace and that we're here for dignity. I know because we were just asked about the protests that are happening in the city. The family wants peace. They are not a part of and have not asked for any rule breaking or any statements of violence on behalf of Jayland. They made it my mission to make sure that this was a respectful and honorable moment for him. And so it's my pleasure to introduce to you all his Aunt Luana, also known as Aunt Minnie, who will give some remarks on behalf of the family just about what it means to be outside today with you all and to give you a sense of how important that you know who he was.
Philandro Castillo, a law-abiding black man who owned a gun, killed in a traffic stop. Wow, that's literally the same exact fucking story. The good guys with the gun narrative is only for white people. Yeah, fucking true. Yeah. The good guy with the gun narrative is only white people. If the good guy with a gun happens to be black, now it's a suspicious guy with a gun. He was no angel, right?
Pam is going to sit from time to time, and I know you all will allow her to do that.
Yeah. Remember when the NRA defended Philandro? Yeah, I don't either. I also don't remember them defending Amir Locke. I haven't heard shit about them defending Jayland. Nothing.
Well, if we stand in front of her, that's not intentional, but we need the folks to come down who's going to talk and stand here where I'm standing. So if you come on over.
God, that poor woman.
We just like you to know who Jayland was. We don't want him to be portrayed as some thug. Jayland was raised up in this family, and we want honor and dignity at whatever cost. We are not associated with any kind of militant behavior. Jayland wasn't like that, and I know a lot of people like to say, they like to say that their loved one was good and everything, but this is true. Jayland was a sweet young man. He never caused any trouble. We don't know what happened. And we'd like to know. for the mother, the sister, for the whole family, in the community. We just want what is right to be righted. We love Jayland. He was my skinny little nephew. And we miss him. And we just want some answers.
Okay, thank you. Piece of paper. We now hear from President of the Akron NAACP, Judy Hill.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, I am Judy Hill, President of the Akron branch. I was asked on behalf of the family, but first, before I speak, I also want to give my sincere condolences again to the family. Because as I said, Jayland Walker, I'm going to say his name over and over, because Jayland Walker was somebody's son. Jayland Walker was somebody's nephew. Jayland Walker was an individual. He wasn't just another black man killed. So please, I agree. Let's not put him in that narrative. He's a young man, 25, who lost his life over a traffic equipment violation. Those are, and I understand the family asked for peace. I want peace and understanding. We need to understand why a traffic violation, equipment violation turned into a car chase, why a traffic equipment violation turned into the loss of a life, why an equipment violation ended with multiple gunshot wounds to a person's body.
Multiple. Multiply that multiple. 90 shots were fired because of a traffic equipment violation. 90.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
This is not the America we dreamed of. This isn't what we want for any of our children. And so I am standing here with the family, and I appreciate their ask for peace. I appreciate that you understand that's why we're here at a church, that it's about us getting real understanding and truth, and then holding people accountable for what has happened. And we're making that commitment. We're here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Pastor Robert DeTurant, it's on you.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone that came out today. Turn that down just a little, please. Especially our community, our faith leaders who are here today, our Black elected officials who are here today in support, our community leaders that are here today in support. This is a time where we have to band together, and I thank you all for your support and the love that you've shown. I thank our family, our church family, and our family, for we all are experiencing grief in our own way, and we're just trying to get through. And I really thank you all for the love, support, and most of all, the prayers for our family, especially for Pam and Jada. They are the immediate family, and they have been devastated by this tragedy, and we can't even imagine how they feel. At best, we can imagine how we think we would feel, but we can't imagine how they feel at this time. Yeah. We're still trying to wrap our heads around this, in my opinion, of a senseless loss of life. We're praying for peace again during this unfortunate time, praying for our city. We're praying for the law enforcement of our city. And I encourage everyone that believes in prayer to do the same. We are willing to allow the investigation process to play out, and prayerfully we will get to the truth and the facts about what actually happened. We know that nothing can bring Jayland back, but we don't want his dying to be in vain. And we pray for justice to be served in a real, authentic, and real systemic change that occurs because of this. Again, thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Pastor. And now we're going to introduce counsel. We'll start with Paige White.
Thank you. I stand before you all with a family who is heartbroken, devastated, confused, and searching for answers. There's no words to describe what this family is going through. From what we've read, 90 shots. We don't treat animals that way. And time again, what we see across this country are white people who are able to commit crimes, to slaughter people, and who live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Jayland Walker won't be able to do that, and wasn't able to do that.
Notice that she said commit crimes, and the worst that Jayland did was, again, have a traffic equipment violation. It's the worst he did.
We are calling for accountability. 8 officers, we are calling for their accountability. We are calling for answers. This community, this family deserves answers. And finally, we're calling for change. What we've seen far too often is our young Black men fallen at the hands of police. Akron Police Department, I urge you to move swiftly and quickly. We are demanding justice for Jayland Walker. We are no longer asking, we are demanding. My heart breaks for this family. But what I see around this stage and what I saw last night is a community that's built on love. And so I urge each and every one of you to continue supporting this family, continue supporting this community as we demand justice for Jayland Walker. Thank you.
Thank you. If you could just pass that over to her, great. Okay, we will now have my co-counsel, Kenna Barno, address the group.
I wish I could say that it's a pleasure meeting everybody here today, but it's not. We hear about these tragedies happening from state to state, from county to county, and from city to city. But we'd like to think not here, not in our home, not in our safe space. We have a problem. It happens in far too many places, far too often. And we need to figure out how, and we need to figure out why. I heard the phrase this morning of profound sadness. And what we're seeing here with the family is profound sadness and brokenness. We cannot have another family go through this. So what is our mission? Our mission is to search for the answers, to ask the questions, and to demand answers, simple answers to questions. How and why? And we hope that we'll begin to get those answers as we begin to see the information that will come out. What's unfortunate, and what we've heard here so far, is portraying Jayland as the reason this happened. That's spin, that's protection, and that's designed for a specific reason. We will learn in the coming days the real truth of what happened. There are 8 officers that will need to answer questions, and we hope they do. We hope they don't refuse to talk to investigators. We surely hope they engage in the process and be forced to answer the difficult questions, because the Walker family has had to face the most difficult of all, and that's hearing that your loved one has died. He was shot for a traffic violation. We're here to find out how, we're here to find out why, and here to hold those accountable so that these events don't have to happen, so that families don't have to go through this. And we're hopeful that we can help prevent the next tragedy so that Jayland did not, as we have heard, die in vain, and is to prove that. We want to thank you all for being out here today, being at this safe space, this place of peace, so that we can send our message of peace to everyone in the community. Thank you.
On Monday, June 27, 2022, at 12:30 in the morning, Akron police officers attempted to stop a silver Buick on East Talmadge Avenue near Thayer Street. Officers informed dispatch that the reason for the stop was for a traffic violation as well as an equipment violation. The driver of the vehicle refused to stop, and officers initiated a vehicle pursuit as the vehicle was nearing the East Talmadge Avenue entrance ramp to Route 8 southbound. Approximately 40 seconds after the driver of the vehicle fled from the attempted stop, a sound consistent with a gunshot can be heard on the body-worn cameras of the officers. Officers notified dispatch that a shot came out of the suspect's car door.
Getting on to 8 South from Talmadge, reason for the stop was traffic and equipment violation. 21 shots fired. That vehicle just had a shot come out of its door.
At the time of the sound, a flash of light can be seen along the driver's side of the suspect vehicle.
It just looks like a gleam.
The vehicle pursuit continued on the expressway for several minutes, and the suspect vehicle exited onto the Archwood Avenue ramp. The pursuit proceeded through several city streets until he neared the intersection of East Wilbeth Road and Claremont Street. At that point, the driver slowed down and exited through the passenger side door of the moving vehicle wearing a ski mask. The suspect fled from the vehicle on foot, turning and facing officers momentarily. He continued to run, evading arrest. Officers attempted to safely take the suspect into custody by deploying their tasers.
Okay, so it's showing them deploying tasers.
The deployment of tasers was unsuccessful, and the suspect continued to flee on foot. As the foot chase reached the nearby parking lot, the suspect stopped and quickly turned towards the pursuing officers. Officers reacted by discharging their firearms, striking the suspect. Under visual inspection of the suspect's vehicle, a handgun, a loaded magazine for a handgun, and what appears to be a gold wedding ring were observed in plain view on the driver's seat.
We will now show you the body-worn camera footage from the officer who was first involved in the pursuit. The video will start at the beginning of the pursuit and will end with the shooting of Mr. Jayland Walker. I want to offer caution for everyone that is watching that this video may be disturbing to some viewers, to many viewers, as it contains graphic images and language. For many reasons, it is difficult to watch. At the request of the Walker family, we have blurred Mr. Walker's body in the shooting event.
Okay, so it might be safe then. It might be safe then. It might be.
Lieutenant.
Just in case, I still got my button over the full screen.
Wait for him or make a chase. 21 shots fired. That vehicle just had a shot come out of its door. South towards 77 South, passing exit 0, just passing University. It's middle lane, speeds are 70. Now it's in the right lane, speeds are 70. White traffic, vehicles are getting over.
Speeds of 35 miles per hour. Running the stop sign is going to be going westbound on North Firestone Boulevard from here. You're going to go southbound on Massachusetts, speed car, 30 miles per hour. There's no traffic on this road. Running the stop sign at Reed, you're going westbound on Reed from here. Looks like we have some units up ahead at the intersection of Main. He's slowing down here, slowing down. Slow down.
Going full screen is a good call. Oh, wow. Well, I just... I feel like the point should be driven in. Those are all gunshots. for a traffic violation. And if you really want to get technical, avoiding a fine, avoiding arrest, causing a car chase, if you really want to get technical, I don't think that calls for 90 bullets by the looks of things from a dozen officers. Do they, do they have a GoFundMe or anything like that? Is there any way? Alright. Well, if you want to see what I censored, with my face, I guess you could Google Jayland Walker body cam. The fuck was that? Hang on a second. Fucking cat. I had some fucking boxes. Some empty boxes. Ugh. On top of a wardrobe in the living room. The wardrobe closet, and must have knocked him over when he jumped up there. Anyways, yeah, you could probably just look up Jayland Walker body cam, Akron, something like that, and you'll see it. Well, onto another segment, I guess, starting on a little bit of a lighter note.